all the Monday happiness to you. And do I have the story for you today? If you've been following me at all on social media, you probably have noticed that I am like poking the bear a little bit at all of these multi-level marketing or MLM pyramid schemes, all those things. And in those categories, I'm talking about Herbalife, Arbonne, Advocare, It Works, It Doesn't Work, Isogenix, Beachbody, Thrive, or doTerra, or essential oils, or the Lularoe, whatever leggings that people got suckered into buying like a couple years ago. All of it. So, I wanted to share a few anecdotes first from people who have been sharing their stories with me, and a couple stories I have as well that'll come later, before I get into all the heavy stuff of some stuff. If you've been living under a rock for like all of your life, and you don't know what a pyramid scheme is, I'm going to be talking about things that require you to recruit people underneath you in order to make money, and they promise you like to work from home and have financial freedom and this wonderful lifestyle and all these things, and they forget to tell you all the other crap that makes that not really possible with how things work in the company. So I'm going to read you a story that someone shared with me. It says, okay, I started off at over 300 pounds. I just like food, got depressed, made a lot of excuses. Anyway, someone sold me my first bit of MLM magic in 2012 when I tried to get healthy after losing my parents to an unhealthy lifestyle. Pause. That's the kind of stuff that pisses me off. These pyramid schemes will target you or come at you when you're vulnerable, when you're just not maybe in a great place mentally or physically, or when you're in financial struggles, or just in that pit of like desperate, like I need something. That's when they got some radar or some shit, because they know exactly when to attack you and when it's going to be the most beneficial for them. Going back, I totally forgot what that MLM was called, but it was basically a protein powder that tasted like cake batter. I was always skeptical though, because my super obese self didn't want to become a coach for their company. I love it. So I just bought it off of eBay and kept going, which is funny because we're going to get back to the whole eBay thing later. Then a couple of years later, the guy who did my tattoo gave me a discount on my back piece if I tried the Thrive introductory kit, which was $300. She used that emoji. I did it. I was also a full-time college student at that point, and one of my professors was like, "How are you so smart yet so dumb? I like your professor." So to sum up, she said, so basically Thrive is just a sticker and terrible supplements that taste like poop. Poop emoji. So, shout out to you. Thank you for letting me share that story. So I have this friend from college, and she messaged me one day. She's like, I can't take it anymore. I don't know what to do. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, it was Herbalife or Beachbody. I can't remember which one. They're the same thing. She's like, I can't do it anymore. They don't teach me anything. I haven't lost any weight. They just tell me to post positive things 3 times a day. I can't post anything negative. They just tell me to push the products and sell and get these people on my team. So we talked a lot about all the stuff that she was going through and how her coach would like berate her and get mad at her because she wasn't like selling enough or recruiting enough or whatever. And I'm just like, get out. I really wish they would stop using the word coach, because that's really not at all what a coach is. At all. This next example is probably what you see most often. Just the incessant, relentless bugging you on social media and sob stories and just scripted this and whatever random conversations that people have with you. Somebody shared this with me, and I have to show you. It's mind-boggling. I mean, I give the girl credit for trying so hard, but she said this has been going on since like 2013, and she's on like her 4th or 5th MLM at this point. Quit, lady. My favorite is when they use phrases like, I never thought I would quit my real job for this. I was so skeptical, but I'm so glad I did it. I'm so not a salesperson, but this stuff sells itself. Oh, this isn't like that other thing. No, this is totally different. This was like the thing to do back in the day, like our parents and grandparents did, where they sold Avon and Tupperware, like one-on-one selling and direct selling that way. This is totally different, and it no longer works in that capacity. And now Facebook is saturated with this, if you could take one pill for lunch and for dinner and lose up to 31 pounds in 90 days, would you do it? Which, it took a little digging, but I figured it out, and it's from It Works, like that It Works wrap. If you're going to put saran wrap around your waist and expect it to do anything except make you look like a robot, you got another thing coming. It's funny how these MLMs just recycle themselves, just like fad diets and nutrition. When Atkins became keto, and now the ones that failed in the MLM before now become Arbonne, and all these new ones, and that's like the new ones surfacing the world now. Don't fall for it. Just stop. If anyone tells you you need to join their team, or you need to become a distributor, or a loyal customer, or sign up for this, or whatever, just say thanks, no thanks, enjoy your scams, I'm out. Or just go like, So now let's talk about Herbalife and how it is a pyramid scheme. And honestly, I know for a fact this same type of parameters and setup that they use is used on many other MLMs, if not all of them. Can't say all of them because someone's going to be like, that's not how we do it. No, I'll be like, bitch, it is. You just don't know it. I watched a 3-hour-long conference on this stuff on YouTube about these two gentlemen who are debunking Herbalife and proving how it's a pyramid scheme. So you're welcome. I'm saving you that time while also providing you some comical relief. Now, granted, yes, one of the gentlemen in the beginning does disclose that he has stock in Herbalife. So when Herbalife stock goes down, he makes money. When Herbalife goes up, he loses money. I don't even care because he's exposing something that's bad anyway. So more power to you. There is a shorter documentary on Netflix. It's called Betting on Zero, and he sums everything up that way. So, and it's a lot less jargon and technical stuff that I'm going to try to hopefully explain fairly well today. So go watch that. It's a lot shorter, but hopefully not shorter than this video is going to be. First off, the products that Herbalife sells, they are commodity. What that means are they're very basic, common products that can be found through many other companies, many other stores, wherever, okay? But yet they sell theirs at 2 to 4 times the price of these other products. Why is it so inflated? Well, that's a great question. You're not only buying the product, but you're also paying the people in this pyramid scheme and all the different levels of the people who are above them, below them, and all that kind of stuff. Plus, there's a lot more that goes into it, but I'm just going to try to keep this real simple. Another main point that they start out talking about is the fact that Herbalife will promote the brand. Okay, they never really talk about the products. You see on David Beckham's uniform, and you'll see Herbalife. You never really see names of products anywhere. And they admit this. So in a lot of the stuff that this guy uncovered, which this took years and millions of dollars, so it's not just like some guy who's mad or whatever. This took a very long time for him to uncover all this stuff because he had to go like within the system and figure out things that they wouldn't normally disclose to regular people. So Herbalife admitted that they do not focus their advertising or their R&D and anything on promoting the products. What they said was, our significant promotions are generally aimed at increasing levels of recruiting and retention of distributors. So distributors are people who buy into this and then have to get people underneath them and sell all the crap. So people wear their pins and their shirts. It says Herbalife, like, ask me how I did this or whatever. And when other distributors see that, it gives them this sense of like confidence. So they're not so weary or scared to talk about what Herbalife is or what they are or what they actually do. What you should be asking is, why are they so nervous in the first place? If this is a credible company and it's not a pyramid scheme, why do they need this constant confidence and this constant support from the company saying, oh, everything's okay, just say this, just do this. See, look at all these people wearing Herbalife pins and their shirts and whatever. Isn't it great? It's all super legit. Speaking of being legit, their most popular product, their Formula One, it's protein, they stole that formula from another company. So they got sued, and now they have to pay to license it from the other company to sell as their own. So their most popular product isn't even something from themselves that they claim that they do all this research and all this scientific stuff. They actually stole it from someone else. Shocker. And all this talk about all this research and development that they do, and they're constantly trying to get better this and do that and help their distributors. They never once actually talk about the customers and the well-being of the customers and the overall health or teaching them about nutrition or anything like that. It's only about the distributors, how to keep them happy and to keep them from churning and to keep them selling products and getting more people underneath them. So Herbalife's point of view is this. Our products are incredible. They are very attractively priced. Everyone knows Herbalife. We are doing research around the clock, and we have scientists who work to make great products. The reality is their products are commodities. They're very common and nothing special about them. They are incredibly inflated. They spend nothing on advertising because they have their distributors do it for them. Their idea of research and development is just going to functions and shows and conferences and these mass gatherings and just talking about products. And they pay their scientists and PhDs to offer credibility about the company and the business opportunity. So there's lots of ideas, lots of fairy tale stuff, and not a lot of substance. If it's really dark, I'm sorry. It started to rain and I got nothing. So how do they sell so much if they don't advertise? Great question. Because their products come with a promise of a great business opportunity, and that's really what's being sold. What these guys uncovered is most of the products being sold are from the actual distributors and being consumed by themselves because they can't resell it to some other sucker. But they tell you all the things you want to hear, right? You want to start right away? Part-time, full-time, all the time, none of the time, whatever you want. Minimum startup costs. No experience needed. Be your own boss. Anyone can do it. What are you looking for? To work from home? Make some extra side money? Start your own business? Financial freedom? More time to spare? Meet new people? Retirement? Pension? Leave a legacy? Sounds pretty good to me. Sign me up. Their promo videos are hilarious. It's always like, oh yeah, I never knew what to expect. I didn't think this was going to be this great, and to my surprise, it was. And after just 90 days, we were making $10,000. Like, you too could have all this and more. You know, they show the nice car, the nice house, the stuff that they have, riding bikes, all happy because they have financial freedom and they're just so happy. And oh my God, their life is so amazing. So how is this possible? Well, let me tell you. So you get 5 friends, you recruit 5 people under you, those 5 people recruit 5 people who also recruit 5 people, and they recruit 5 people, and they have to recruit all these 5 people, recruiting all these 5 people, and eventually you just make all the money every single month. What is a pyramid scheme? Well, I will tell you. The FTC says an organization that sells goods or services to the public and the participants obtain monetary benefit from 1, recruiting of new members, and 2, selling goods and services to the consumers. The organization is deemed a pyramid scheme if the participants obtain their monetary benefits primarily from recruitment rather than the selling of the goods or services to consumers. Herbalife knows this, so what do? They manipulate their numbers in each category to make it look like they don't violate this rule. They take most of that money that was made from recruitment and rename it or reword it, whatever, so they can then put it in the retail category so they don't violate that law. They do this to hide the fact that majority of the money being made is from recruitment dollars versus retail profit, that they claim that that's the main way that you make money when it's not. So how do you become a distributor? Well, let me tell you. This is so like Q&A right now. I'm so glad you're asking me all these questions. You got to pay to play. So you pay about $55 to $91. You get a tote bag, some samples to try, and oh wait, what else? Oh yeah, a 48,000 word, 215 rule, 124 page contract to sign. Then you can get your 25% discount. So in their compensation disclosure, the things that they actually tell to the public that you have to dig to find first, though, obviously. So they have different team levels. What this is for is so you can differentiate how much different people make. Only the top 0.04% of people earn enough to be in those videos, getting all the houses and the cars and the rocket ships and all that jazz. And one of the levels is called Millionaire Team. You would think, oh, these people make millions of dollars, right? Nope! Their median income is about $94,000 a year before expenses. That's a little short of $1 million. And at the bottom, 93% of distributors who make 0 gross compensation whatsoever. You have to be in the top 1% to be making $6,000 a year in commissions. Oh wait, but you can't get any money at all unless you've actually actively signed up people underneath you. The main focus of this is like the whole point behind it, is to get you to recruit, and then for you to teach others how to recruit, and for them to teach others how to recruit and to keep going and going and going. Not to teach you how to eat better or to actually be healthy, no, how to teach you how to find more suckers. Again, lots of frills, no substance. They pride themselves on having the biggest, highest payout out of any other MLM, but there's so many rules, restrictions, and contingencies that make it almost impossible for you to actually get that money. Let's talk about product pricing. Not only are these products marked up 2 to 4 times as much as something you can get at GNC, but as a distributor, you also have to pay fees on top of when you buy the products. There's administration fees, packaging fees. If you're international, there's freight fees, VAT fees. So that awesome 25% discount you get as a distributor, it gets real small, real quick. Unless you want to keep that, then you got to pass that off to your customers. How nice of you. Side note, you can buy a lot of their popular products on eBay for about 40% off, which definitely goes against that contract they signed, but I'm guessing those people are so mad they don't care anymore. A big issue with Herbalife and other multi-level marketing scams is internal consumption. So what that means is people buy, their distributors will buy the products, can't sell them, and then they're stuck consuming it themselves. But they don't track any of this stuff because they think it's not important. So how do we actually know that outside customers actually exist? We would know if they tracked it, but they don't, because they don't care if their distributors are stuck consuming the products that they can't sell. So this is great. So Herbalife knows this, and they try to avoid the backlash by claiming, oh, people sign up as distributors because they love the products so much and they want that 25% discount. But why would I do that when I can get it on eBay for 40% off? They like to compare it to like a membership of like Costco or GNC, where you pay a membership fee and then you get discounts all year long. A Costco Gold Star membership costs $55. You get discounts on pretty much anything you could possibly imagine. And it's $55 to renew, and about 90% of those members renew every single year. The Herbalife Discount Buyer Program is also $55. You get a 25% discount, and it's only $15 to renew the next year. However, only 10% of people renew the next year. Why wouldn't they renew if it's such a great deal? Because they realize it's crap. That information was from 2005, so when about 90% of their non-sales leaders churned or left, there would be a more updated data point to use, but they stopped disclosing that information. I wonder why. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. If you ever want to return anything from Herbalife, they make you resign as a distributor and give up your 25% discount. If you return something at Costco, you get all your money back. So the vast majority of these discount buyers are just failed distributors. They bought in because they were promised this great business opportunity and it didn't work out for them. To put some perspective on how much money people actually make, there are 2.4 million distributors worldwide for Herbalife, and the distributor allowance, meaning money that's paid out, is about $2.5 billion. And that's assuming that 100% of products are sold at 100% of that suggested inflated retail price, without distributors consuming any of it themselves. So that means the total average profit that each distributor would get each month is $87, before expenses and taxes. But when you fix the allowances to be put in the right categories, meaning undo the stuff they did when they were trying to move the stuff from this pile to that pile to make them look better, the real number is actually about $5 a month. So why do the distributors even buy the products? Is it because they like them, or so they're allowed to participate in this business opportunity that they were promised? Because you were actually forced to buy products every single month to even be eligible to get any kind of reward. So what are you even making if you have to pay to get your paycheck? There's even a minimum you have to meet to even get your paycheck. So you go work your butt off and sell some stuff, but if the people below you didn't do enough, or you didn't do enough according to this rule or that regulation, whatever, you could do all the work and still make no money. Oh, and that's also only if you recruited people in the first place. I must have missed that part in the video with the guy in the house and the car and all the fancy things happening. So while millions of sales leaders have joined, 90% have failed. So to sum up, I'm going to share with you a very wonderful dose of true irony that someone pointed out to me today. Yes, I googled it. In Portuguese, it means shit life. Thank you. The thing that just bothers me most about this is that it takes credibility away from real coaches and takes jobs from them. Dave! It wastes people's time, money, energy. I mean, it messes with their mental health too. I mean, and a lot of people are already in enough fragile state as it is with everything going on. They don't need this as well to mess them up. So hopefully this was helpful and you learned some stuff. Go watch that documentary on Netflix called Betting on Zero. And as always, keep filling me in on the stupid stuff that you see. And that's it. Like and subscribe, and please share with all your friends, especially those who try to get you to sign up on their super awesome team that's going to make you all the money in the world. Downtown! Differentiates how much people